Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you see this day or night and wherever you are in the world. So this is going to be a general reading for Taurus for June 15th through June 30th. It is general, so it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And whenever you see this message, it is meant for you since time is fluid and relative. So just for an example, it could resonate 6 months in the past or 6 months in the future, 6 days, 6 weeks, all of that. Okay. So always keep that in mind as well. And also wanted to say that before we get into your cards, I've shuffled everything and laid out your cards here. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this time, and I want you guys to let me know if you want to in the comments down below if you like it. But I'm just going to go over a few of the astrological notes that are going to be going on during this time for everyone. So we're going to go over that in just a minute before your reading briefly. And I also wanted to say that if you want to see a picture of all the cards that I pulled for you here today, and you're not watching the live and you want to pull it up while you watch or listen, or just at a later time see it, all you have to do is go in the description box below and follow the instructions there. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It does help my channel. Also, if you want to share it with anyone, that also helps my channel. And if you want to subscribe and you haven't yet, it's free. All you have to do is click on the bottom right bell icon and make sure it's active, and it just notifies you when I put out new videos. All right, so with all that being said, let's go over some of these astrology notes. I've also put it in the description box below with the website that shows astrology for the whole year, so you can even go and look at stuff from the past couple months or even the future stuff that's coming up. So anyway, so this reading is for June 15th through the 30th, right while we're doing it, but it can again resonate at a later time or before. Oh, also one more thing I wanted to say is if you're watching this reading and you're not a sun sign Taurus or rising Taurus or even moon or Venus Taurus, it can still possibly resonate for you. I always encourage everyone to get their own birth chart online. Even if you don't know your exact birth time, you can get a pretty detailed birth chart anyway, as we all have all 12 signs throughout our chart. So it may still resonate for you. All right, now, so during this time, the first thing we have is on June 16th is the first quarter moon. So it's building to the full moon in Capricorn that happens on June 24th. And then on June 20th, the sun enters Cancer. And also on the same day, on June 20th, Jupiter enters into its retrograde phase. So it starts going backwards, right? So sometimes we can feel the retrogrades, or even when planets are going direct, days or even weeks before, as it takes time, and it just depends on how sensitive people are. But anyway, Jupiter, represents travel, education, religion, law, wealth, and it just has a general feeling of freedom and exploration. So when it's in retrograde, it can say that some of these things might not go as smoothly as it would be if it was going direct, or it can just say that some of these things need a second look at, okay? So keep that in mind. And then, of course, everyone's really excited for Mercury going to direct on June 22nd. Mercury gets a bad rap. Not all Mercury retrogrades are bad for everyone. I know this last particular one that we're still in right now as I'm filming, because it's the 8th today, it's Mercury is in direct, but it's also Mercury is in Gemini right now, since it's Gemini season and Mercury rules Gemini. So it can be feeling like particularly hard for some people. Mercury represents communication, electronics, that kind of stuff. So again, it can just be that they don't run as smoothly as normal, or you can have some glitches, or it means you need to go over something from the past, possibly regarding communications or contracts or electronics. Okay, so anyway, so going forward from where we were, on June 22nd, Mercury goes direct. So you could already start to feel that even before the 22nd, and it may also take even to like mid-July to feel it in its full direct effect. Okay, it just depends on everybody. So then on June 24th, Saturn sextiles Chiron. So Saturn rules responsibilities, okay, and Chiron is the wounded healer, so healing. So it can say for some people, right, because this is astrology for all signs, that there is some type of healing around having responsibilities. So it could be you having some type of healing around having too many responsibilities or not enough, or something that makes you serious, okay? Because Saturn also makes things more serious, getting serious about your life, about the direction of your career, that kind of thing. So when it sextiles Chiron, it can have a little bit of a more comforting, healing aspect, right? Everyone wants healing, so that is good, okay? So then the last thing I want to mention, because then we have the 24th full moon in Capricorn, but then on the 25th, Neptune goes into retrograde, okay? So Neptune rules Pisces. It's the god of the sea, right? The Greek god of the sea. It represents dreams, magic, creativity. But then on the other side, since it also represents the moon card, one of the examples I always give is that when the lights are out, the coat rack and the coat can look like a monster or something else, right? But then when you turn the light on, you just see that it's a coat rack, okay? So when Neptune is in retrograde, also that side with Pisces, right, is like the illusion, the confusion, not seeing everything clearly for what it is, okay? And there has also, it also has an aspect dealing with like drugs and alcohol. So if Neptune was in direct, it would be that those things are felt more strongly, more intensely. But when Neptune is in retrograde, it could be saying that you're feeling the effects of drugs and alcohol a little bit less. And of course, it depends on every person. This is just a general kind of astrology note. So just wanted to point that out there. But there's also good signs of Neptune, like I said, magic, creativity, enchanting energy, dreams. Okay, you could when Neptune, the other thing I was going to say was when Neptune is in direct motion, and it also depends on where Neptune falls in your chart, how much these things will affect you. Same thing with Mercury, with Jupiter, with any planet. If you have more of that in your chart, and depending on the degree that it's in there, then you might feel some of these astrology notes like more intensely or less intensely. It depends, okay? Yeah, so there's some good sides of Neptune too. But with all that being said, let's get into your reading here, Taurus. All right, I'm just put this over here. And we're going to do quick sound bell, of course, to ground and for some general healing for the reading. So if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out whenever, or you can just listen to. All right. Okay, let's get into your reading here, Taurus. All right. So also want to say, if you're new, welcome, and if you're coming back, welcome back, of course. So let's go over your 6 main cards here in the center, and then we'll get into your confirmation cards and what's kind of on the bottom and top of each deck here. I'm just going to set my timer. Okay. So Taurus, you have the Emperor upright, 10 of Staves upright, the Strength card in reverse, 7 of Staves upright, the Star upright, and 2 of Sacred Circles upright, or also 2 of Pentacles upright. That's just another name for it in this deck, okay? Excuse me. You know what? Let me grab my water. Hold on. Okay. Water is life, right? Okay. So, also want to say before we get into the, talking about the energy of what's going on here in your reading, is that the first row here kind of represents energy starting around June 15th, a little bit before, a little bit after. It's not exact. And then going through going forward through that week and weekend. And then the last row here is the last week and weekend of June till about June 30th or so. Okay. So I also want to say that here, Taurus, you have one, two, three, four, five, six. You have six major arcanas. So that's quite a few. When you have a lot of major arcanas, it represents a lot of change. Okay. So this reading, like I always say in the beginning, can even resonate further past the original intended time frame. Okay. I also want to call out the energies really quickly. So you have the Emperor, which is Aries. You have Strength, which is Leo. Judgment can be a Libra. Lovers, Gemini. The Hermit is Virgo, and the Star is Aquarius. So you have quite a few different zodiac signs here. That can mean nothing for you, but it could also be that you're dealing with a certain person or people that have a lot of that in their chart, or that's their dominant sun rising kind of zodiac sign. Okay, but just wanted to call it out there too. Okay, so going here into the Emperor as your first card, this is a beautiful energy of feeling stable, feeling grounded, having a lot of support around you, having the ability to see things from a higher perspective. People respect you, and you've worked really hard to balance your masculine and feminine energies, okay? And this could be energy from the recent past or kind of starting around this time, right? So really nice energy here with the Emperor, all right? Okay, I think you can see the card. There you go. Sometimes this new camera's been having issues with focusing. But anyway, we're doing good so far. So then your second card here, Taurus, is the Ten of Staves upright. And it kind of, when it follows the Emperor, it's this really nice energy of putting in a lot of hard work again, maybe coming to the end of a journey or cycle and the beginning of something new, like right on the cusp, since it is a 10, okay? And this 10 of Staves is the same thing as 10 of Wands upright. And you see this mother here with a child on her back and in front of her, and she's carrying all of these wands or these staves that she's gonna soon put down. But again, look at how powerful you start off this week here, Taurus, with this beautiful, strong, grounding energy, this experience energy, this nurturing energy too, right? About being able to rest shortly after, right? Because again, I said the 10 could be the end of a journey, phase or cycle, and the beginning of something new. Excuse me. Now, your third card here is the Strength card in reverse. So they could be saying for some of you that there is something where you're lacking power or courage or authority in something, or it's just not the right time, or something could be put on hold. And I will get into, because this is kind of where my guides want me to talk to you about what was in the top and the bottom of your deck here. Okay, but I also want to go back and say, because I think I forgot to say this earlier, is that Taurus, if this isn't your energy, this could always be, and I say this in all my readings, energy of the person or people you're dealing with, an organization, or just your general environment situation, okay? So if you're watching and you say, oh, that doesn't resonate with me, well, it could be somebody that you're dealing with, right? Or someone around you. So always keep that in mind too. But going forward here with this Strength card in the reverse position, it could also just be some static energy if it's not lack of courage or lack of authority or power, or you're not feeling all the way in your power or yourself about something here. And so when we look at what was on the top and the bottom of your deck, is you have the Ace of Swords upright and the Judgment card upright. And anytime we look at what's on the top or the bottom of the deck, this is energy from the recent past that's still kind of lingering around, and why certain cards have come up in your reading. Okay, so in the recent past, you had a lot of mental clarity about something. You were feeling strong. You also had gifts from the universe. You were very abundant, okay? But then there was some type of judgment happened. It could be that something wasn't judged correctly, or you're still figuring it out, or they were still figuring out in the past. But it also is like an energy of, do I want to resurrect this thing? Do I want to rebirth this thing? Is it worth it? Okay. And then in this card, the way it's depicted in this deck, you see this woman, and she's actually punching the mirror, okay? So there's just a little warning there from the recent past that there could have been a little bit of some self-destructive energy regarding whatever this judgment that happened here, okay? And that could be why, again, your third card, the strength is in the reverse, okay? But it's not all bad. So hold on, you know what I mean? I always say that, okay, because you still got some really nice cards here. All right. So going forward, you have the Seven of Staves upright or the Seven of Wands. This is such a nice energy. It talks about spiritual initiations, right? Bringing lessons, spiritual lessons from the past into the future to bring you more abundance. And there's a really tiny person in the center, right? That's has their arms open, their palms upwards, ready to receive, and they're praying to these Egyptian gods here, okay? And so this could be you too, after you lost a little bit of your power here, right? You started off really strong, you were putting in a lot of effort about something. Something could have triggered you towards the end of the first week or the first weekend of June 15th, right? Where there was a judgment from the past that kind of, you know, brought up some possible self-destructive behavior, or just you questioning whether you want to restart something, rebirth something, and also just being like, whatever situation was going on for you, was it judged correctly? Did I judge it correctly? Did they judge it correctly? That kind of energy, this start of this self-exploration of what was going on in the past too. And that could have been a catalyst too for the Seven of Staves, or Seven of Wands is what it's called in other decks, okay, in the upright position. Now, this is kind of where my guides wanted me to talk about what was on top, what was on the top and the bottom of your other deck. Okay, so this is the confirmation cards that I use with the yellow border. It's the Llewellyn deck. Okay, but this is again energy from the recent past, still kind of lingering around, and why certain cards have come up. So on the top, you have the Lovers upright, and on the bottom, you have the Hermit upright. So in the recent past, there was some type of union. Okay, it could have been romantic or platonic, okay, or union of different parts of yourself. And this again made you go inward and find your own answers. And then, you know, that's why the spirit guides told me to put it together with the Seven of Staves in the upright position, because that's the spiritual initiation, taking spiritual lessons from the past into the present, and really thinking things through and wanting a balanced situation too. With the Lovers card, that's an equal give and take. This is considered, if you look at the Lovers card in comparison to the Devil card, the Devil card is lower vibrational energies, right? So it's addictions, it's lust, it's all those things. And in the Lovers card is higher vibrational energy, higher love, whatever kind of love it is, okay? And it's divinely guided with the angel behind them. Okay, so then moving forward here, back to your fifth card in the center, you have the Star card upright. And this is, again, really beautiful, spiritual, creative energy here, okay, especially when it's following the Seven of Staves upright. Okay, so the Star represents hope, okay, represents, oh, the camera go out, hold on, it'll focus on my ring, it usually works, it's shiny. Hopefully. Come on, camera. I think that camera needs a special sign. Oh, there we go. Okay. I swear, guys, I'm not trying to like give you the middle finger, but it likes this big ring. By the way, this guy's, it's a fork. I don't know if you can see it. I bought it in Chicago when I used to live there, and it's bent, right? So let me show you, since I keep the fork. Well, it would be like, well, no, it is like that. Yeah. It would go that way if they were up. Anyway, it's hard to see, but I love this ring. I have another one that's a spoon. It's all this silverware jewelry. All right, anyway, back to your ring. You're like, what the hell? I don't care about your ring. When this star, or maybe you do, I don't know. But anyway, when this star energy comes in after the Seven of Staves, it's so beautiful. Again, this really creative energy, this controlling my emotions, hopeful for the future here. okay, with this Native American woman with one foot on land and one foot in the water, having the balance again. There's a lot of balance, like messages in your reading this time, Taurus. Okay, so balance between the 3D and the 5D, the subconscious, the conscious. Okay, a really nice energy here. And again, with your sixth card here, which is the Two of Sacred Circles, or the same thing as the Two of Pentacles upright, is again another kind of balancing energy. Okay, so you don't see it right off in this deck the way that it's depicted, because this is more of like a Native American symbolism. But sometimes you see this kind of half human, half fox, and they're standing on the water, and not on the water, I'm sorry, they're standing on like a bridge, or not a bridge, what the hell am I trying to say? A dock, okay, a dock by the sea. They're usually standing on a dock by the sea. They have a foxtail, right? And they're balancing or juggling, like those people in the circus or people who know how to juggle, these two pentacles, right? This is Two of Pentacles, or Two of Sacred Circles. So it's all about, again, juggling your responsibilities in life like we all have, paying your bills, that kind of thing, stuff that you have to do versus like stuff you want to do. Okay, but in this card, the way it's shown, this Native American person is summoning the energy of the bear to help them. Okay, so the bear represents the courage, right? The power, also planning for the future with the hibernation, planning for winter. And it's so interesting too, Taurus, because it's right under the Strength in reverse, right? From the first week you had here, where you were feeling like you didn't have courage, you were not all the way in your power about something, you didn't feel like yourself all the way, okay? And this card is underneath, where you're better balancing things, but you're still calling on for more courage and power and strength and planning for the future. But you can even see the transition from one week to the next here. So again, a lot of change, because I said you have six, major arcanas throughout your reading here. They're not all in the main six, but if you include the ones in confirmation, there are six. Okay, so going forward here, speaking of confirmation cards, let's see what we have for you. We have Four of Wands upright, Page of Wands in reverse, and Two of Cups upright. So with the Four of Wands upright, this is a beautiful energy and this is energy from the past again, Taurus, okay, kind of going back a little bit, recent past. All right, but this could be a possible celebration, celebratory energy, coming to the end of a journey, but also not at like an end of a journey. That's not what I meant to say. It's more like looking at life as a journey, not just a destination from like A to B, B to C, but like enjoying the in between here, okay, and a feeling of coming home almost, okay. And this energy again is from the recent past, but when it's confirming the Emperor upright and the Seven of Staves upright, it's just saying that the more that you can stay grounded during this time, Taurus, but also, okay, so Taurus, some of you know you are an earth sign, right? So you're pretty good at grounding, or better than most people, right? I mean, everyone still has to do their work, of course. But what I'm saying here, the other thing I don't know if I mentioned earlier, is with the Emperor card, he is the card of Aries and fire. So it could be a mixing of grounding energy that you bring or that you want to manifest, mixed with this fire, this passion, and this courage and creativity that we saw again with the Strength in reverse and the Two of Sacred Circles upright. Okay, so the more that you can balance, again, balances throughout your whole reading, the masculine and feminine energies, and see things from a higher perspective with the bird that's on top of his, what do you call it? On top of his staff, okay? With when you pair these two energies together, it's really beautiful. Like, yes, I'm serious, I get things done, I'm commanding, but I also want to enjoy life, okay? So that's a nice way to look at it too. And then also, when this Four of Wands is confirming the Seven of Staves upright, it's saying the reason why you're able to bring these spiritual lessons from the past or have this spiritual initiation or awakening, right? Maybe towards again the last week of June here, Taurus, is because you do look at life as more of a journey and you want to enjoy things while you can, right? Like no one always wants to be serious all the time and only think about the negative or worry too much, right? You want to enjoy it too. You want to have a nice balance here, okay? Now, going forward, your second confirmation card, sorry, I'm going to turn that down, is the Page of Wands in reverse, okay? And it's confirming Ten of Staves upright and the Star upright. So this can be saying that in the recent past or even still energy lingering around, like I always say, excuse me one second, guys. um, there could have been a small communication that wasn't well received, was either put on hold, um, or just straight up like didn't happen yet. Okay. And if it's not those things, it can also be there was some type of small opportunity from the universe that didn't come in yet, wasn't well received, or was put on hold with the energy of the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. It also could be because pages are they're almost like students, right? They're starting at the bottom, so they're a page and then a knight and then a king when you talk about like medieval levels or whatever. Okay, but when it's in reverse too, the page can also be someone that's not open to learning something new or this stagnant energy of not like moving forward here with something. Okay, so again, that could have been a catalyst for or fuel to get you in the energy of the Ten of Staves or Ten of Wands upright, where you said, okay, whatever communication that didn't come through or wasn't well received from either a person or yourself to someone else or from the universe in general, or not wanting to learn something new. There could have even been some type of children in your life or youthful energy. It doesn't actually have to be some young kids that you know. It could just be someone that displays some type of youthful energy or this, again, yes, right on the bell, this like nurturing energy of the mother here of like, okay, we put in all our hard work. She shows the kids what they have to do every day to get their chores done or whatever. And then they're going to put that down and, eat and rest for a little bit. So it's kind of bringing those two energies together. Again, the Page of Wands could have in reverse been a catalyst for you to get more into this energy and come to some type of, also because it is a 10, it's a completion number, the ending of a phase or cycle or something like that, and on the cusp of something new. Okay, and then with the Star upright here too, that Aquarius energy I mentioned earlier when I said which cards represent which zodiac signs, you can always look it up online too. If you look at the picture at the end and you see the cards, then you can say, oh, let me look up, all of that if you want to, but you don't have to, of course. So yeah, when this Page of Wands is in reverse and it's confirming the Star upright, it's like, yeah, whatever stagnant energy was in the past or some communication that didn't come through from somebody or was put on hold or didn't happen on an opportunity or, again, not wanting to learn something new. Maybe you learned that lesson and said, okay, life is always about learning something new. There is no part in life where you then are able to relax. Like some people, okay, here we go, camera. Let's see if it'll focus. Some people in life, are told that when I get married, when my children go off to college, when I lose weight, when I do this, when I do that, that then you don't have to work anymore, that then life will suddenly become easier. And how boring would that really be, right? I mean, it sounds nice because nobody wants to constantly be dealing with obstacles. But once you get there, it would be so boring, right? Nothing goes necessarily according to plan. So I really feel like this energy of the Page of Wands in reverse. I'm just talking, hoping that it'll focus again. There we go. Okay. So this energy again of the Page of Wands in reverse, confirming the Star upright, is like, then you said, okay, so I didn't want to learn anything new before. How did that work out for me? Is that working for me? No, it wasn't working. It just was creating this stagnant energy. So then you're like, okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to use it as this hope and inspiration for the future. And I'm going to learn to balance my energies, learn to balance the worlds, okay, balance my inner self and my outer self, and say, yeah, I can learn something new and I can also teach somebody something new, right? It goes back and forth. I always like the saying of, how does it go? It's like the teacher and the student often switch roles, right? So if the teacher thinks, oh, this kid or this student, whoever they are, however old they are, they can never teach me anything, but then they actually can, right? So that's the thing, again, about always being open to learning new things, no matter how old you are, where you are in life, okay? Anyway, going forward here, and I'm really hoping the camera will come back. Okay, I'm going to try to move real slow and just hold the card here. So your last confirmation card is the Two of Cups upright. This is very similar energy to your past card that was the Lover's card upright. Okay, so this is an equal give and take love. This is a higher vibrational love, divinely guided. Okay, again, this balance energy. And it's a union card, so it can be different parts of yourself coming together, a union with a romantic partner, with a work relationship, or a deeper level, more equal level with friends or family. Okay, and so when this is coming in at the end here and it's confirming the Strength in reverse and the Two of Sacred Circles upright, it's basically saying the more that you remember whatever this union is for you, that it's divinely guided and protected, that you will be able to reverse the Strength card in the reverse position, have it right set up. This union could give you more courage and passion and start moving forward again and get rid of that stagnant energy, okay? And then with the last one here, we got the Two of Sacred Circles. I just keep saying it earlier, like you have a lot of themes of balance this time in your reading. And you do have also one Libra card here, Libra energy. So maybe, again, you have a lot of Libra in your chart, or you're dealing with a Libra, or maybe not. But that balanced energy is definitely here, okay? That air energy. And so when this Two of Sacred Circles, right, is together with the Two of Cups, okay, it's again learning to juggle, learning to balance, but making things equal. So the Two of Sacred Circles is balancing your work life and then with things that you enjoy, okay, that you like to do, right? Because sometimes people don't like their work. You know what I'm trying to say. The things that are less exciting and enjoyable with the things that are more exciting and enjoyable. So when you balance those things together, then you can have a more equal give and take here in this divinely guided union. So that's so beautiful, Taurus, I just have to say. So with that, this is the end of your tarot reading as far as the tarot cards. But really quickly, I have a couple oracle cards for you already pulled. I have 4 this time. Usually I have 3. But your first one, I don't think I've seen this before. It's the Star Keeper Oracle card from the Rebecca Campbell. All the info's in the description box. But anyway, it's just like this Egyptian figure statue in space, and it says, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Okay, so that could definitely go with the Emperor energy at the beginning of the reading here. And also just a repeat for you, right, Taurus, since you are an earth sign and you're normally pretty grounded. All right. And you can always look up the Rebecca Campbell card too. It comes with like a page of info and questions and meditation, but you can just look up Star Keeper if you want to get more info. And then your second oracle card is, your love oracle message is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, and this can still apply even if you're not watching this reading for romantic reasons. There's platonic love and self-love, right? So the more that you focus on what kind of love and energy you want to bring in and share with others, the more that the universe is going to give it back to you, okay? And then your 2 little animal cards here, you got 2 this time. The first one is the Elk card, and it says, stand tall and maintain your dignity no matter what, and others will treat you with the respect that you deserve. Very nice. All right. So if you want to know more about elk power animal energy, you can always Google that, look up the shamanic meaning of elk. All right. And then your second oracle animal card is the boar, and it says, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will remain victorious. So that kind of goes with me. I mean, kind of both of them. There's the strength card in reverse, right? The boar, even though it's not a lion, like the lion, it's going to face its problems head on, okay? And it's very powerful, all right? So you can also look up the boar energy if you want and see if that's something you want to get more into during this time. It might be a message for some of you guys. Alrighty. So this is your reading, Taurus. I'm going to try to focus the camera again while I'm talking. So move real slowly. If you want to take a look at the picture anytime, I'll post it briefly. It'll be on my Facebook, so you can always go in the description box below and follow the instructions there if you want to check it out. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys so much for sharing this video, for liking, for subscribing. It is free. If you want to, you can always click on the bell icon in the bottom right there, right down there. That always helps my channel. But thank you guys so much for your energy and your patience, especially with the camera issues and everything. But I hope you enjoy this time period, Taurus. And I think that's going to be the end for me tonight. But I'll be coming back tomorrow with Leo at some point. And so you can always feel free to join me there. If you have Leo in your chart, it may still resonate for you. Or if you just want to hang out too. So anyway, thank you guys so much and take care. And I'll see you later. All right. Bye.